Greetings, Legunus. Arndelt here. So, in just a meandering thought process, wanted to list what I've been up to recently, since it has been a while since I've recorded. Um, well, I was meaning to upload a video much sooner because I've been working on a project. The thing is, the project was much more complicated than I thought it would be. Go figure. Well, working on one of my Path to Glory videos, I decided that I wanted to put some muzzle flashes on some of the guns going off. During certain sequences, when I panned over one of the squads that was going to be firing or whatever, you'd actually see muzzle flashes coming out of their guns along with the sound effects and everything. Ironically, sometimes, they'd just be shooting each other, but... well, fortunately, that is a lot more complicated than it sounds. Even though Hit Film 4 Express has, so many tutorials. It's complicated. Working on it, though. Mind you, it won't be a constant thing. For every single squad that fires, I'm not going to animate it for every single one. I'm just going to do it in particular sequences where especially when I would do close-ups of the squad that was doing shooting or whatever. That was something that I was hoping to do. Only problem is, as I said, it's proving to be really complicated and difficult, and I'm working on it. In any case, though, just an explanation on that. And it's really dragging out and taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Besides that, I've been watching another YouTube channel called Today I Found Out Like Crazy. My fiance is joking that I'm that they should offer some classes strictly for Today I Found Out, because I'm learning all these interesting little tidbits about it. Okay, as a sort of endorsement of Today I Found Out, the reason why I like it so much is because it actually has a genuine, it explains things. It doesn't say, oh, this is a fact. It explains the history of it, what happened around it, etc., and does it in an interesting way. I absolutely love listening to Simon in there. And I would highly recommend that if you just want to learn all these bizarre, interesting facts that are, throughout history and sometimes modern times too, it's an awesome channel to subscribe to. I'm trying to remember, a really random one is, why are school buses in America yellow? I actually didn't finish watching that video. I need to go back and finish watching it. But that's just a really random one. They've got so many ones. And by the way, though, it's not strictly an America-oriented thing. The facts that he lists there are from all around the world. He himself being British. He has all these cool, interesting facts that are oriented from all around the globe. When someone is interested in knowing the history of some random, absurd little facts, they will go on and they'll post it in the comments, and if it gets enough likes, he'll actually, the ones that get the most likes, I believe he has a team that they'll do research on the question, and then they'll go and actually list everything that they know about it. And that is one of the things that I absolutely love. They actually list the history. Because most other times you hear things, people just state, oh, this is a fact, and then they move on. They don't state actually all the things that back it and whatnot, and oftentimes where they'll find sources and everything. Because oftentimes when people tell you something's a fact, it's not. It's just their opinion. Oh, besides that, is there anything else that I have been working on? Oh, yeah, I'm getting married. Yeah, I am getting married, which has, blown me away, because, well, not to put too fine a point on it, but she asked me twice. The first time was sort of an accident, which I may explain more details on at a later time, but she sort of didn't mean to, and I pointed out to her. I was like, you realize that when you asked me that, that was sort of what you were asking. And she was just like, oh, yeah. It was startling to both of us. But then she made a much more clear-cut question later, where she distinctly asked me to marry her. And I said yes. And then, to sort of round it off, I then turned around and also asked her to marry me. I know that seems really weird, but we've honestly developed our own little interesting subculture, which I, to be completely honest, absolutely love. I absolutely love this woman, and I could go on talking about her for an age. And as well, I have, from the recent things of all of this, holy freaking cow, I have raccoons in my attic, and one of them sounds like it's trying to dig through my ceiling right now. Do you hear that? What are they doing? They're scratching. I expect to see a hole open up my ceiling any time now. Okay, alright. Oh, I think he stopped scratching. Okay, I was literally about to stand up on my desk and pound on the ceiling. Oh, he started up again, that's it. Standing up on my desk and pounding on it. Ugh. Hey, yeah, you! Go somewhere else in the house! Stinking raccoons! Alright, raccoons are gone. Well, it's at least no longer directly above my freaking room. Oh. Anyway, we've had these family of raccoons that randomly managed to find a way to move into our attic. And we've been brainstorming ways to get them out. And it's just, I'm not quite sure how, because apparently there's a lot of, you're not allowed to transport these raccoons into the wild or anything. So literally all you can do is evict them from your property, but as for taking them anywhere, there legitimately does not appear to be any options to do that. And what I'm really concerned about is that they're probably pooping up there, which means that is gathering. And we just had a neighbor a couple months back that evicted a family of raccoons from their house. And the amount of poop that was up there from them living up there made cleaning efforts horrible. So I'm totally looking forward to this. Anyways, yeah. Okay, getting back to the subject that I don't remember what I was talking about. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting married. I'm extremely excited, like spazzily so. The date is April 27th, and we've been engaged since December 20th. We started dating on November 20th. It came back. And we officially met on September 13th. Like, we'd seen each other before September 13th, but when we actually had a direct conversation with each other was September 13th. Okay, this is absurd. It is literally scratching right on the... What is it doing? Oh, gosh. And I used to think that raccoons were, like, really cute and stuff. And these ones are just starting to seriously tick me off. Anyway, in this particular winter, it's not the... We've also had this freaking family of mice that decided to, like, move into my bedroom. And I keep hearing them rustling around. And I just, like, grrr. And then when I was cleaning out my room, I found a dead one. And that totally went down very well. Anyways, Well, besides the wedding, besides everything else, I haven't been up to a whole lot. Like, honestly, XL Pudding, I've sort of been shirking him and not hanging out with him, which I genuinely feel pretty bad about because, you know, he always manages to make time for me when, you know, I want to hang out and stuff. You know, I mean, don't mean like on the day, but I'm like, oh, hey, you want to hang out sometime? He's like, oh, yeah, you know, this particular day works for me. And then yeah, I've been totally not blowing him off because that insinuates we made plans and I canceled them. But yeah, there's just, you know, I haven't been making plans with him. Though, in truth, he hasn't said, oh, hey, Ben, I really want to hang out sometime. Is there a day that works for you that we can just hang out and do something? You know, he hasn't done that. So I suppose I'm sort of grilling myself over nothing. But anyway. My mind's just meandering at this point. Well, oh, yes. And of course, the feature video that I'm doing an overlay on this video, Dawn of War 3. I have been playing a lot of Dawn of War 3 lately, and what's more is, in playing Dawn of War 3, Relic abandoned it. And what's more is, Relic is the one who killed it. Dawn of War 3 has struggled, like, from the beginning. And it's absolutely ridiculous that now they're abandoning it. No, they're not. They're not putting it into a place where it could be modded, like, freely modded or something like that, so that at least the modders could make a real game out of it. No, they're abandoning it. But what's worse is that they put it onto their 5 list of Make War, Not Love list. And I'm just like, what? You will sit there and turn your back on it, but then still do everything you can to make money off of it. No, when you turned your back on it and said it was a dead game and all of that, you signified that you were not worthy to have it. Anyway, oh, and one other thing. I have a new dog, Allie. Allie is still very much a puppy. She gets extremely excited over the silliest of things, and right now she can hear the raccoons and the other dogs in the house, and she's like really like going, what's going on here? She's just not used to the sounds, and she's not very disciplined yet, so she's kind of bouncing around. And yeah, so that's currently something that has been occupying a lot of my time and a little bit of stress, because I also want to let Penny know that she's still loved, you know, while trying to spend time and train Allie, which is a difficult balance to do. Anyway, yeah. So, Dawn of War 3, I've been playing a lot of that. I have been playing some Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm eagerly awaiting the zombie mode that's going to be coming out in March. And besides that, I think we've covered pretty much all of it. Alright, so that is my meandering thoughts going on about everything that's currently going on. Oh, I actually have been working on a few models. I had like several Terminators that had heads instead of helmets, and I've gone through and replaced all of them with helmets. Not full-on Terminator helmets, because I don't have a bunch of those lying around. I had to pick somewhat regular helmets and whatnot. But I'm trying to actually get together the models, do a model showcase, so I can show all these models off that I have been working on. And I'm also working on a new Primaris Librarian, who will be the height of a Primaris. However, the legs are a bit skinny right now, because while the legs... They were those bionic legs that I got from Anvil Industries. So I don't know if they have quite the thickness that... I know, Allie, I know. The thickness of a Primaris' legs, but they do have the length. So I'm currently deciding whether or not I want to keep this torso with these pair of legs, because this is actually a Primaris Aggressor torso that I used here. So it's a bit broader. It actually sticks out over the legs a little bit like a Terminator's chest does, because a Terminator's chest is heavily much more armored, much wider in girth, and sticks out more. So I'm still trying to, you know, sort that out. And then I completely ripped apart a Dark Angel's Rhino that I got because the thing was badly constructed, and then I reconstructed it after tearing it apart. And it's still a bit skewed because the chassis was bent before, and I fixed it quite a bit. It's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better than what it used to be. And then I'm still trying to focus on building a Sister of Battle army tabletop miniatures, except in actual Space Marine armor. But I want their not just their paint job to be different from the regular Space Marines that I have, but I want their actual iconography to be different and whatnot, which means I'm looking for like at least one piece of iconography to set them apart. So I'm hoping to get some Sister of Battle helmets. That's an emphasis that I'm looking for right now. But yeah, in any case, so if anybody has any feedback or anything like that on anything that I've listed here, please leave it down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Especially, there are some more complicated subjects, and they're like how to take care of raccoons. Does anybody have any ideas on how to get a family of raccoons out of your attic? Attic. It sounds like I'm saying attic. Like an addiction. Anyway, just if you have an idea about getting them out of there, let me know. But in any case, if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, please let me know why. Like, seriously, I'm always looking on ways to improve. And, if you're new to the channel and genuinely enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing. In any case, don't get into too much trouble or do. It's always up to you. Toodles!